One of the main questions that I get asked when I talk about fragrances is, but does it last, or how long does it last? Well, the fragrances that I'm going to share with you guys today last. They are all powdery fragrances. I like to call them powderful because they're powdery and they will last you the entire day. So I'm putting it on the table right now. The ones beside me that I will present to you guys today all last at the very least 9 hours. So they will take you through your whole workday. Some of them last even longer and they're all powdery. I've been on a little bit of a powdery fragrance bender. There have been some gorgeous powdery fragrance releases that are so unique and magical. So I got really excited about powdery fragrances. If this is your first time here, my name is Yana. This is The Scented. We do the fragrance things. Let me start with my favorite of favorites that I can't get enough of, and it is Green Butterfly from Byron. This is the most magical scent that I have ever smelled. This has notes of dark chocolate mixed in with the powdery, musky, and iris facets. So the chocolate in here, it's not like a true gourmand sweet chocolate. This is a very like cacao powder type of chocolate that really just creates a little bit of intrigue where you're like, there's something different here. Something is unusual. It's not like you will not immediately register it as like super chocolate. It's mostly just a beautiful powdery iris and it's a little bit green. The color of the bottle really does suit the fragrance perfectly. And it is like a little magical forest fairy. One of my neighbors is sneezing so loud outside. I don't understand. I had to go check that my window was closed because I heard one of my neighbors sneezing so loud outside that I thought that my window was open, but it's closed. So God help him and his allergies. My next powderful fragrance is Khalil Tea Kryptonite. This is so elegant. It's woody and it's soapy. There's a very clean, crisp scent along with the powderiness of iris, and you get a creamy kind of lotion-like almond scent in here. It's a fragrance that lasts for days and it creates a really nice scent bubble. I had this sprayed on a blazer of mine that was hanging in my foyer, and I would walk by and I couldn't understand what smelled so good. I thought it was a home fragrance or like another perfume that I had. I started searching around as to what it was. Turns out it was my blazer that I specifically remember spraying this fragrance on. This is such a captivating scent. You get touches of florals, little touches of green, very multifaceted, but above everything else is this soapy, woody powderiness throughout and very lotion-like and smooth. So those first two are my recent favorites, like my recent discoveries that I have them on my tray at all times. But here's one that I've had for a while, and it's BDK Creme de CR. This is actually my favorite BDK. Now, this one doesn't have quite as massive of a scent bubble as the other two. Like the other two, they're bombs. They are like, they're going to fill the room. Everybody will smell it. You have to mind your like sprayage on those. This one I feel like I can spray a lot, but this scent is just so beautiful. It's more of an intimate scent, but I do smell this on myself throughout the entire day. It's a buttery suede fragrance. Like the suede is so supple and it really smells like melted butter, like unsalted melted butter. I fully get that. The image that comes to my mind at all times is that you just bought brand new Uggs and you took them out of their box and then somehow you just accidentally spilled melted butter on them. That would be really unfortunate if it really happened, but it would smell so good. And this is what this smells like to me. And the way that it develops on my skin, it smells very, very rich and like truly like an expensive, multifaceted scent. The way that I'm describing it, it almost makes it sound like it's flat. It's really not. There are so many elements to this scent. It's musky, it's a little bit woody and super, super cozy. For me, it's my favorite from the BDK collection. I've smelled a lot of them at this point. This one and Gris Charnel has made its way up there. Those are my two that I really enjoy the most. Let's sprinkle in some designers because I know that I've been taking things into a lot more of a niche direction, but there are still some die-hard loves that I have in the designer world that will always be with me, and one of them is Narcissus Poudre. This is a beautiful, sweet, kind of heavier, musky scent. There's a little bit of white florals in here, just a little touch giving it sweetness. This for me is a very comforting, powdery, sweet scent. it can get a little bit heavy if you spray too much. So for reference, I don't use more than 4 sprays of this fragrance, and I also don't spray around my neck. For fragrances that are very intense, I tend to not spray them in the neck area, otherwise they can become overwhelming. But what I like to do, especially if I want other people to smell me, is I'll pull my hair back, and especially if I'm wearing my hair back that day, it's perfect. I spray the back of my neck. Then it doesn't intrude into my face. And then if I give somebody a hug, they can smell me, but my fragrance won't rub off on them and it won't get annoying. So there's a little tip for you guys, especially if you struggle with fragrances very close to your face, just like the lower back of your neck, and you'll be able to catch bits of it. Other people will smell you, and yeah, everybody wins. Teo Cabanel Oh La La is a very unusual powdery scent because it has hazelnut and orris. So it has this typical kind of like irisy, powdery scent, but it has hazelnut. Not like a super sweet hazelnut, almost like a hazelnut dust or a hazelnut powder. The hazelnut scent is exactly if you take a real hazelnut in the shell, when you crush that hazelnut and you crush the shell, the smell that you get at that moment, that's the hazelnut scent that you get in here. You know how it can have like a little bit of bitterness, but it's very complementary in this fragrance. It works really nicely. Then you have your orris giving it the powdery facet. I wouldn't call this very musky. It's more like woody powdery and nutty. Really nice, unusual and cool scent. You can pick this up at Raffinat Perfumery. I do have a code with them. It's The Scented for 10% off. And any codes that I have, I will make sure to link in the description for you guys. I think that Raffinat carries this as well. I didn't get it from them, but I do think that they carry Andrea Maack, and this is ceramic. This is at the moment my favorite from the brand. It's a little bit of an underrated house, and it's an Icelandic house. So this smells like cold stone. Like, it smells like laundry and cold stone. It's a cool scent. It doesn't feel warm. A lot of these powdery scents, they have a warm essence to them. This one feels cool. It's musky, and it really smells like fresh, clean, like laundry sheets, like dryer sheets, and like you're in a pottery class, you know? The notes that are listed on the scent, I don't get them. I don't get all the florals that are listed. I don't get the apple. Like, it's not what I expected the scent to be. For me, this is like super musky, clean. I think if you like Byredo Blanche, you would like this. Another one I've been loving so much is Sonic Flower from Room 1015. I've been rediscovering this brand because I have the Discovery set from them. And there are actually so many great fragrances from this house. Now, this one gets compared a lot to Glossier You. I've smelled Glossier You, and Glossier You is a lot cheaper smelling. It's a lot less complex. This one, you do get like a little bit of a carrot iris smell in the opening. You know how iris can sometimes smell like carrots? Although this fragrance I think actually has carrot seeds. That scent goes away and it turns into just a really beautiful like orris musky scent. It smells almost a little bit buttery, but very light at the same time. Very cozy, very fluffy smelling. And this is not a lot more in terms of price. I don't think this costs much more than Glossier You, if at all. I actually think this is cheaper per ml, but the quality of this is so much better, and the complexity of the scent and the longevity of the scent is far beyond. So yeah, I don't know, that comparison didn't come to mind for me initially. This is stunning. This is very, very elegant. This would be a perfect occasional scent. This would work perfectly if you're like a guest at a wedding, or if you're a guest at any kind of special event. It's very elegant and classy, non-intrusive, but long-lasting. So for me, definitely one of their best releases. I do have a code with them as well. It's the Scented 10. All of my codes basically are the Scented 10. Let's talk about a sweet fragrance, because all of the ones I've mentioned up until now, they don't have a very like dominant sweetness, but of sweet powdery fragrances, this one may surprise you, because I've actually really been enjoying the new Levia Belle Iris Absolu. This one is a really nice iris scent. A sweet kind of lipsticky iris. It sticks around for about an hour, this like iris facet. And then the dry down is very, very similar to that of the original Levia Belle. But on my skin recently, I've been getting more of that iris note. So I think it really depends on your skin chemistry, because in past years, this is not a fragrance that I could do. Like the original Levia Belle, I actually really hated it. But as of now, I do get a really nice, like rich, sweet iris facet in there, and I like it. I prefer this one way more though. This is their best flanker ever. Here's a great affordable powdery scent, and this is from Al Haramain, and it's called Junoon Rose. This is known to be a dupe of Amouage Blossom Love. I prefer this so much more. I find Blossom Love is a little bit too heavy. There's something about it that's like borderline nauseating. This is a very cozy, kind of sweet almondy scent. It has a very dominant note of cherry blossom as well. So you are mostly with that cherry blossom and almond. A little bit of amaretto, which just ups the almond facet and adds a sweetness as well. It's really, really nice. Very elegant, very strong, and it does have a noticeable sweetness. And there's a nice like creamy, smooth suede in here. This is a warm scent. I think this goes at about $50 or $60 for the price point. Really an outstanding scent. Now here's one that I've loved for many years, and this is Stairway to Heaven from Juliana. This is the best modern aldehydic scent. It is super strong. It will last you forever. This is inspired by the cool air of the Himalayas. Oh, my bottle's leaking a little bit. It does smell like crisp, cool air. It almost smells like bubbles, like kind of soapy bubbles. It has a very unusual, sweet aldehydic facet. It reminds me a little bit of Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc, but a lot more intense and like deep. It also has a little bit of elements of Maison Margiela's Bubble Bath. No coconut, but kind of the similar type of aldehyde note. And it has a little bit of a metallic facet. They list a note of gunpowder. I don't think you can like extract gunpowder and put it into fragrance, but whatever that aroma chemical that they're using to represent gunpowder gives it a touch of a metallic vibe, and it's beautiful. So yeah, this is definitely one of the best and most unique powdery aldehydic type of scents. And finally, Carner Barcelona Tardes. This is a really nice almondy, kind of heliotrope musky scent. This isn't very sweet. This is just lotion-like. It really smells like a cream, like a lotion that you would put on that's very soothing. It almost feels like it's moisturizing your skin, like you're putting almond oil on your skin and it's soothing. Well, this is another one that I wear in the evenings as kind of like a wind down relaxation vibes. Probably one of the best almond scents that I've ever smelled. In terms of performance though, I do have to say that this one is not the strongest. I know I told you guys that all of these are gonna last you about 9-10 hours at the very least. On good days, I do get it with the scent, but for the most part, this one is like a 6-hour range. So for that reason, I guess I'll say it's more of an honorable mention because I can't really say that it's like powderful, you know, but it's beautiful. So that's it for my super long lasting powdery fragrances. Please leave me a comment and share some of your favorite powdery fragrances, whether long lasting or not. This is a category that I love, so I'll be happy to discover more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new and you stuck all the way through, then hit that sub button and we'll have more fragrance fun together. See you guys next time. Bye.